recommend. And then whatever you recommend, when you use that, you will no longer have blank. So you will no longer have frizz. Okay? So if and when. If you have split ends, when I give you a haircut, you have split ends. But typically they'll say, yeah, I don't want a haircut today. You know those ones that but if you your split ends really need a haircut, but since we're not doing a haircut today, I'm going to recommend split end mender or split end salve. When you use that, your split ends will mend back together until the next time I see it. Sound like a plan? Absolutely. Cool. So if and when. Cool. What questions do you have with the recommendation? And this is also very simple. And shh, we don't say anything else after that. How many of you have heard of the power of 3? Yes? How many of you have not heard of the power of 3? Okay, a few of you. So the power of 3 is about products. So 3 products is, we're going to talk about frizz. Let's do these 3. Let's not talk about frizz, let's just talk about shampoo, condition, and the styler. Okay, so for those of you that have not heard of the power of 3, so after you make your recommendation, 90% of your recommendations come in the consultation. When? When do they come?
Consultation.
Consultation. 5% come in the shampoo experience, and 5% come in the styling. 0% come at the end. Because what happens at the end?
They're ready to go.
Absolutely. They're ready to go. Okay? So 90% come in the consultation. So the power of 3 happens in right here. So they already know about the services. This is when you make your recommendation. Say, this is what I am doing on you today. This is what I recommend. These are the 3 products I'm recommending to you today. I will be using these on you today. And so because of the power of 3, why do you think recommending 3? So what happens with one product? When you recommend one product, what do you think the percentage of her actually taking this home is? For those of you that have heard this before.
Like 20.
Yeah, so it's 25%. Yep. And so if you recommend 2 products, what do you think the percentages of her actually taking it home is? At least one of them. It's 50%. Yep. 50% chance of her at least taking one of them home. All right, so now if you recommend 3 products, right? It's 92%.
Just thought we were going.
We were going in 25s.
It's 92%. All right, now look at my hands, okay? Now if I recommend 4 products, everybody look at me. If I recommend 4 products to her, what do you think? What do you think the chances of her actually going home with 1 is?
I think it's overwhelmed.
Yeah, it goes down. You all said it. Why do you think that is?
Overwhelmed.
It's overwhelmed. It's too much. I look pushy. I look like a sales. I'm sleazy. I'm like, this is what the heck is happening. It's overwhelming. Absolutely. So it all comes down to being the power of 3. We have been trained since we were little kids. 3 is the magic number. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3. The 3 Stooges. Right? How many lights on the light pole? Red, yellow, green. Right? How many strikes and you're out? 3. Yeah. So the power of 3. You always recommend 3. Does everybody know the cycle of recommendations in products? Would you guys like to learn? Okay, so let's do that and then we'll move into hair. All right, so the first, by show of hands, how many of you are learning something? Yes. All right, amazing. I can go home. I can go home today because I'm teaching you something. Woo! Okay. All right, so first, on the first visit, what do you think you should be recommending? What does everybody need?
Shampoo.
Shampoo. All right, what do you think you should recommend then? What kind of shampoo? Depends on what brand?
Pureology, duh.
Pureology. Pureology. Okay, so if they have never tried shampoo or Pureology, you should recommend them.
Hydrate.
Hydrate. Right? Hydrate or hydrate cheer. So you're going to recommend shampoo and condition. And then also, what else? The purple spray. Have you guys tried the purple spray? The Color Fanatic. Right? So Color Fanatic. The 21 benefits. Color Fanatic. Okay, so now what's on the second visit?
Styling.
Yep, what kind of styling? Wet or dry?
Wet.
Wet, yeah. So wet styling. Okay? Also, if they didn't buy anything on the first visit, what do you think you should be recommending on their second visit?
Shampoo.
Shampoo and condition. What kind of shampoo and condition?
Hydrate.
Hydrate. Because if you go ahead and you recommend something completely different, what does that make you look like?
A salesperson.
Yes, and untrustworthy. And guess what? If you recommend something different, like, do you know, like, I had one guest that came to me for like years, and I recommended the same thing to her for this, like 3 years. And finally, after 3 years, that lady bought Hydrate. And she was, you stuck with me, Jamie. You stuck with me. And I was like, and did you love it? And she's like, yes, I did. You know what I mean? Like, you just have to hang on. They will eventually come around. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they'll do it, you know? So, all right, cool. So wet styling. Now, after they get to wet styling, what happens after wet styling?
Dry styling.
Hmm?
Or finishing.
Is it dry styling?
Conditioning treatment.
Yes, Courtney. Conditioning treatment, right? So, like deep conditioning. And you can switch it if they need, like a hairspray or whatnot, they absolutely can. But yeah, you want to go to a deep conditioner, right? And it all depends on their hair journey too. So if it comes around summertime and they need to move to Best Blonde, you move them to Best Blonde as well. Cool. All right, so then deep conditioning treatment. Then you move into,
Finishing.
yep, you move into dry stylers or finishing products. Dry stylers. And then guess what time it's for? More shampoo and condition. Yep, and then in there too, like I said, in their hair journey, if they need a different kind of treatment or specialty products or different kinds of stylers, you can absolutely do that too. But by that time, it's going to be time for more shampoo and condition. Cool? Good with that? All right, so take 30 seconds and discuss what you just learned about retail and recommendations with your partner. Awesome, amazing. So what's beneficial about a dry blow dry is that when you utilize it in a salon setting is behind the chair. How many of you are doing upstyling at all? A little bit here and there? Or if you ever do event styling, or if you ever do session work or session styling, or if you ever want to get into photo shoots or fashion week, or if any of you have ever had dirty hair, day 2, dry shampoo, you know what I'm talking about? Okay, cool. This product is amazing, and you can utilize it for that. So a dry blow dry is what we're going to be doing now. And what I love about this product is that it has aloe water which absorbs dirt and oil. Okay, so it will absorb the dirt and oil, and we're gonna apply, and we're gonna use a lot of it. And these ladies, they don't care. You care? Nope, she don't care. So test it out. Test the water, see how it goes. So we're gonna use quite a lot of it, and we're gonna dry it into the scalp, and then we're gonna use Color Fanatic on the ends. Color Fanatic at the base, and I'm gonna demo it right here, and then we're gonna go out and do it. Sound good?
Yes.
All right, so in the salon, when you're doing it, say, like, if you have a bridesmaid that comes in, and typically she comes in like this, a little hungover, you know what I'm talking about? And she's like, she shows you a picture on Pinterest, and she's like, can you make me look like this in 45 minutes? She's like this, right? So you're like, yeah, sit down. Like, hurry up, I have 45 minutes. Like, you know, and you're like, you know, what does the picture look like again? So, clean volume, love it. So, aloe water is in the formula.
Do all the Clean Volume products have that in it, like the other spray too?
So in the Levitation Mist, it has menthol. It's menthol infused. So this one has the aloe water, and the other one is menthol infused, which gives it the lift. So we're gonna apply it at the base, just like this. If at first you're like, wow, that's a lot of product, don't be afraid. Are you afraid a little bit for me? So I literally did this to her yesterday at my last class, and I'm doing it again. So I'm not afraid. I'm gonna use some more. Okay. Are you like, good luck, Jamie, good luck to you? Ha ha. No. So what is incredible about this product is that this is gonna be the hold factor. Like at first I'm gonna get a little bit of a drag, but I have hold factor. Katie, will you grab me a towel or something? I always forget that. Like I'll be on stage and be like, yeah, that was fun. That was really fun. Then I have nothing. And then I need my pen. Thank you, dear. That was really cool. Now my hands are all sticky. All right, so what we're going to do is north, south, east, and west. Okay, so I want to lift the root up from where it lives, right? Confuse the root. So we do not want to have a part. Thank you, dear. We do not want to have a part. We want everything to go back and away from the face. And we want to do it before it dries. Some of your mannequins are a little wet, which is cool too. What that means is that it will dilute the product, right? It'll dilute the product. So north, south, east, and west. I want to get the hair up and away from where it lives before the product dries. This should take 5 minutes. Because how long do I have in the salon to get her hair put up? 45 minutes. So I'm confusing the root from where it lives. I'm lifting it up with my bending brush. So I'm doing everything from the ear to low crown, all the way to the forehead. This is what I look like when I wake up in the morning. So once I do north, south, east, west, is then the product's pretty dry. Now I can go back, and then that's when I can work from the crown and start lifting up the root. Can you guys hear me? Okay. I can start lifting up the root from the crown forward, okay? And now I'm in control of the hair, right? I'm working section by section. And I'm not going all the way to the ends because I only put the product at the base. color fanatic, say if your ends are a little frizzy or anything like that. My ends are not too bad, but I'm just going to demo a little section. Use your color fanatic, spray it. It's pH balancing of 3.4. It's an amazing cutting motion if you're a razor cutter. Benefits. It's our heat protection, and then I'm just going to smooth the cuticle down on the ends. Alright, so that's our dry blow dry. Right, so now my product is in there. Can you even like tell that I put that much product in there? We want to teach our guests that there are other ways to style their hair without a hot tool, and we're going to do that today. So we're going to actually utilize our Beach Wave Sugar Spray. Within our line, our Style Plus Protect line, we have 8 products, because here's the deal with consumers. Consumers get confused, would you agree? Yes. And when they get confused, they don't want to buy products. Okay? So when they get confused, they don't want to buy products. So Pureology has 8 products within our Style Plus Protect line. And so we have 8 products, so we are able to blend those products. I love that, those garage doors. That's super cool. So we have 8 products within the line, so they are meant to blend together. Okay, so you're going to see that. We already have Clean Volume and Color Fanatic on this head. Now we're going to blend our Beach Wave Sugar Spray. Who knows what's in our sugar spray? What kind of sugar?
Is it like cane sugar?
Perfect. Love that.
Okay.
Ding, ding, ding. You get a car today. Cool. Yay. Yeah, so it's organic cane sugar we use. We don't use white sugar, because what is white sugar? It's a little
Gritty.
sticky. Yeah, a little gritty, a little sticky. So she's like, let me in. Let me in. All right, so we use organic cane sugar. So we're going to utilize, we just blow dried the hair, right? So we don't want to get it wet again. We want to get it damp, but not wet, okay? So this is another technique. Again, if we were in the salon, we just blow dried, would we do this technique on this mannequin? No, okay? So we're just like, this is another tool, this is another situation, this is another time. I'm just adding another technique to your tool belt. So we're going to section out the hair. We're going to, again, it's going to be damp, so 3 to 4 sprays. And I'm going to use, this is going to be my curling iron. I'm going to take my 2 fingers and it's going to go back and away from the face. And it's going to go wrist, watch, wrist, watch, wrist. And I'm going to leave the ends out. Bless you. And then I'm going to use my clips. Right, and I'm not going to use my duck bills. Why? Yeah, it's going to leave an imprint in the hair, and we don't, ain't nobody want clips and fingerprints in the hair. Okay, so I'm leaving the ends out because that's the style right now. Really organic, beachy feel. Also, I'm not setting it on the top of the head because I don't want volume right now. I want it to be really loose, organic. Okay, so the first 2 on the side of the head is going to be, sorry Savannah, she's here, she's helping me, I need to use her. I'm just so used to like doing it myself. Alright, so you're going to need a bunch of clips. So now, 2 on the side, again, keeping it low on the round of the head. Okay, so low on the round of the head. And then once I get to the back is when I can start alternating directions. What am I doing? Alternating directions. Okay. So again, damp but not wet. If you get it too wet, you'll know because you'll be stuck blow drying forever and a day. All right, so now when I get to the bottom here is now when I'm going to subdivide at the round of the head here. What's this bone called? Occipital bone. Thank you for that. And again, on the bottom here is when I'm gonna alternate directions. So it's up to you how much you wanna leave the tails out of the head there, if it's, 2 inches. All right, so now you guys don't need to watch me do the whole head. But again, on the front sections, the first 2 are gonna go back and away from the face. And then everything after that is gonna alternate directions. Now, hot tip right here. Does everybody see when we section, we don't want to over direct. What happens when we over direct too much? Yeah, separation. We get too much separation and then we get holes in the head when we release, okay? So once we get that done and we get it all set in the hair, we're gonna pretend all of mine is set, okay? I'm gonna do high heat, low air. What is it?
High heat, low air.
High heat, low air. And I'm gonna be very ginger with it. Because if you get too much, it's gonna go like this and then you're SOL, okay? It's gonna be like this. It's like a bad beach day, okay? So high heat, low air. And then I'm gonna hold it with my non-dominant hand. And I'm gonna come in and just gently heat up the curls, right? Just gently heat up the curls. And basically it's a good, just like you're going around the head, basically one time, one pass, and then back around one more pass. And then once you do that, what do you have to do? What is it? Let it cool. Do I only have one person in my class today? Hello, you guys? Yeah, you let it cool, okay? So let it cool. And then once you let it cool, I'm not gonna do it now, but once you let it cool, we're gonna release them, and then you're gonna get a very organic, wait till you see it, it's beautiful. You're gonna get a very organic, beachy, beach waves, sugar spray set. And we're gonna finish with our wind toss texture spray. Do you guys have that? Yes? We're gonna finish with our wind toss texture spray. Cool? Amazing? What questions do you have? All right, so what's in the front? Which way are we going? Away. How do we twist it?
Wrist watch.
Yep, wrist watch around our 2 fingers. We secure with a clip. If you need extra clips, please ask. My team will be around, okay? What questions do you have? Good, and then we're gonna heat it up, high heat, low air, and then we're gonna let it cool, and then release. With the Beach Wave Sugar Spray, it has memory, iron memory, which is awesome. So not only that we didn't use an iron, but it has iron memory. So when you do go to use it, it has heat protection and iron memory. So when you do, blow dry and then you go ahead and use an iron with it, just a little bit, work it in with your fingers, and then go ahead and use your iron with it because it will hold iron memory. Cool, right? All right, now we're gonna go ahead and pull out our set when you go back to your mannequin. And what's cool about it is, sorry, Sam, will you hold this for me? This is like the like angels coming from above. So this is with my moms with long hair. These are some of the tips and tricks that I would teach them behind the chair. So I would say take this product home, set it, throw a few little clips in the hair, and then put your kids on the bus, have a cup of coffee, and then pull out the clips. So now, cool, right? Look at that. We didn't use an iron. Hold on. We didn't use an iron, and we did that with... Cool, right? Is that cool? Cool! Awesome. So now I'm going to use my Wind Toss Texture Spray. Kind of just break it up a little bit. And again, this is not an iron set. This is more lived-in texture. Gone are the days of like corkscrew curls, right? 1993 tendrils, right? All right, perfect. So she's ready. All right, you guys ready to learn the elastic trick that I promised you?
Yes.
All right. So I don't have to do that anymore. So we're gonna do a cover an elastic trick that will change your life. So with our mannequins, we're gonna do it from behind the ear, and we're just gonna do like a softer up style. Half up, half down for this look. And if you can't see, you're gonna have to come around. And right now it's literally just gonna be about covering the elastic, because we're gonna move into our next look. Actually, yeah, okay, cool. Okay, so we're gonna keep a few pieces out of the front, keeping it really soft. Because again, this is about covering the elastic. Can you see,
Yeah.
Chris? All right. All right, so now I'm using what color of an elastic?
Same as her hair?
Yep, same as her hair, Erin. Someone said dark. Yep. Who said concealer? What?
Clear.
Clear. No worries. You're so cute. All right, so dark, right? Because we're kind of like seamstresses, right? We want to use a dark elastic just in case if our, it slips a little and shows, or just like pins. We want to use a dark pin because what happens if I were to do this?
Stands out.
Whoa, right? We see it all the time on social media, and we die a little inside. Like, what are you doing? No way are you about to put that blonde pin in that dark fabric right now. Like, I'm like, stop, please, don't do it, right? We're just like seamstresses, right? If it's a white fabric, what color thread is she going to use? White, absolutely. So where's Lauren? Can you come here? So Lauren, I'm gonna use this. Makes sense, right? Absolutely. So same thing. So dark fabric, dark pins. Yep. So now I don't need pins to hide the elastic. So I put the elastic in, and now if you can't see, please come closer. Okay. So now I'm gonna put my thumb in just one of the elastics. Okay, not both of them, just one. And then I'm gonna grab a section of hair from behind. And then, will you grab my, Mess It Up texture paste? Or there's one on the station. Y'all, yes, right here. All right. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand. This is great for braiding too. I don't know if you guys have looked at my social media, but I'm a little obsessed with braiding. Just a little bit. You'll know what I'm talking about. So this is great for braiding. Put it on the back of your hand, okay? And then put it on the section, just to smooth it out. And now I'm gonna go over the top of the elastic, and then under, and then over. So my thumb is still there with the elastic, right? So now I'm to the end, okay? So when you run out of hair, now I'm gonna pull it through. So the elastic is still kind of showing, it's almost gone, and I'm literally gonna take that little tail and run it behind, and when you run it behind, it disappears.
Say it, everybody.
And then you can just cinch it up. It's pretty cool, right? And then you can, ruche up your ponytail and whatnot. Cool?
Yeah. Really cute.
Life changing, simple, super easy. Ready? All right, let's do it. So this style we're gonna do with our hands and no brushes, because these are the best tools we got. All right, so again, we're gonna be working with the left side part. What side? Left. Left. Amazing. So center of the eyebrow, and we're gonna work about 3 inches back off the part. And right now we're working with some texture on Pinterest for styling. Would you agree? Yes. Texture The trends are starting to move into sleek for the fall and for next year. But right now we're still seeing a lot of texture. So we're gonna be doing a textured chignon. And guess what? I'm gonna make it super simple. We're gonna do 3 sections. So if a few of you were like, you got a little nervous there in your stomach and you're like, wow, I don't wanna do that. I'm gonna make it really simple for you and we're gonna do it in 3 sections, okay? We're only gonna use our hands. So our first section, left side part, 3 inches back. We're gonna use the ear and we're gonna draw a diagonal section to low crown. Okay? To low crown. Off of that 3-inch part going back, we're gonna do a C-shaped section. Like that. C-shaped down to my other finger. Okay, so to low crown. So, now here's the deal. You're gonna wanna go off center. I'm telling you that right now. Done this enough? You're gonna wanna go like this. You're gonna wanna put the ponytail over here. Don't do it. Don't do it, Captain. Okay? Drive the ship to the center. I told you I was weird. I warned you at the beginning of the day. Okay? I grew up with Ace Ventura. Has anybody saw that movie? Okay, all right. Yeah. Okay, so put the ponytail in the center because we want to have the focal point be in the center. So ponytail is going to be in the center. So guess what color my elastic is?
Dark.
Dark. Maybe brown. She has brown hair, brunette. And I'm using my fingers. Again, you're going to want to go off center. Please don't do it. Okay? My zone coaches are going to go, where's the ponytail? And you're going to go, oh yeah, it's off center. Okay? Go in the center. Also, this is a really great time for you to look at her in the mirror and go, do you want it to be over your ear? Do you want it to be above your ear? Like, what do you want? Because nothing sucks more at the end. And she goes, yeah, I really wish it was like this. And you go, no you don't. I think it looks better. You know what I'm talking about? And then you have to fix it. And you can't fix it. You know what I mean? Okay. So that's the time where you say, all right, what do you think? Do you want it like this? Do you want it like this? Like, here's the time. Like you're looking at the silhouette right now, and you're fixing your silhouette or your shape, okay? So soft, finished hairspray is now when we're gonna break out this bad boy. Also, a little hot tip, I already took off the little plastic on the top. How many of you have seen the little plastic piece? Yes, yes. Erin's gonna demo. Erin, come here. Nope, you're not. Go ahead, everybody. Erin's demoing it. Beautiful. Make sure you teach your guests, because the guest will go home and not do that and think that
It's broken.
it's broken. Okay? Also, I'm working in short bursts. Why?
You don't want to cake it?
You don't want to cake it. Yep. And also because even distribution, and also because the product is at the beginning of the spray. Product, product, product. Product, aerosol, aerosol, aerosol. Yeah. So, do you know what I mean? Like, it's the thing that's pushing the product out. Does that make sense? So you want to, product, product, product. Is the most amount of product at the beginning. All right, so now I'm in the center, and I'm going to place my elastic, and I'm going to kind of be loose about it, because again, this is a loose texture. Okay? And it's about 2 inches off of the head. And what's awesome about elastics is, like, if you screw up, you can pull them out. With pins, you can't. Okay, so 2 inches off the scalp. And with my dominant hand, I'm going to subdivide in the center of the ponytail. My non-dominant hand, I'm going to come in underneath. And if you've been around for a hot minute, you'll remember the topsy-turvy ponytail. Okay, cool. Went to school, middle school with that bad boy. My Zumba pants. It was really cool. Thanks, Mom. My perm. Okay. All right, and I'm gonna topsy-turvy it through, just like so. And then I'm gonna cinch it up, okay? And then I can kind of pull it through. And again, if it did, like right away, what's cool about it is like if it doesn't look good, you can pull it out and redo it. So cinch it up. And like just trust the process because this again is like organic. Sorry. Yes.
Now you're good.
This one's okay. I probably would redo it because I'm a perfectionist. Cool. And then, does everybody see the hole? There's a hole there. Okay, I'm going to show you how to close the hole. So now, wind toss texture spray and an open pin. Okay, so I'm going to spray the open pin on the outside, and then I'm going to come in at a diagonal because diagonal lines diffuse. Would you agree? Hair cutting, highlighting, same with finishing. So I'm going to come in at a diagonal and I'm going to weave it in. And because the product's on the outside, I'm literally weaving it in and I'm going to push it in. And because I came in at a diagonal instead of at the top, if I come in at the top, it's going to cinch it together and you're going to see it. Come in at a diagonal and it closes it. Okay? Good with that? So that's our first section. That's what we're going to do. So from the right ear, you're going to draw a diagonal line to low crown. And then from the part, you're going to C-shaped section to connect it, ponytail, topsy-turvy. And then you're going to do the pin trick. Section 2 is what we're going to do now is we're going to marry the first section and the second section. Okay, so this one's easier because literally we're going to go from the ear straight across to the ponytail. Okay, so once we get that, we're going to literally pick up this vertical section straight across to the ponytail and start twisting it. And we're picking it up and twisting up and in, and then wind toss texture spray, making the sound, it helps. And then we're gonna ruche it out just a little bit. Kind of just like sitting it right next to our section. So do you see how I'm literally marrying it to this section? And then I'm covering the elastic, and now I'm going to use my brown pins. Here we go. I'm going to just hold the box up. That'd be great. All right. So now, the bobby pin. Let's talk about the bobby pin. So there's two sides to it, the flat side and the rigid side. Which side goes against the head?
The rigid side?
The rigid side. Perfect. So the rigid side goes against the head, which means there's a longer tail. So the tail, I'm literally gonna drag it across that section, and then I'm gonna turn it in and on itself and push it into the ponytail. Okay? So again, that little tail of the bobby pin, dragging it across the section. It's going to stick out from the head, turning in on itself so that the rigid side is sitting against the head. Typically, I would be standing in front of the mannequin, but then you guys couldn't see. I just want to make sure that nothing weird is happening. Okay, now I'm going to do one more for insurance purposes. Okay, now I'm going to come back and I'm going to come underneath it. I'm going to open it up with my thumb. I'm going to come underneath and I'm just going to lock those pins into place. Now, I do have a hole over here, and when I hit the hole, I'm going to use my open pins. And again, I'm going to use my open pins as kind of like my detailer. So I can use them because if I use my fingers, sometimes our fingers will create more frizz. Would you agree? Yes. So I can use my pins and kind of just move the hair and manipulate the hair. Same thing with using my soft finish hairspray. It has orange peel extract in it. So it's actually voted #1 hairspray. We did a survey with 500 hairdressers, and it was voted #1 hairspray out of all of the hairsprays that were tested. So it has orange peel extract, which has medium hold hairspray, but then the orange peel adds shine, right? So using the spray, and then I'm using my pin. All right, so I just covered that hole, and now I'm picking up with my open pin. So what's the difference between an open and a closed? Like, when do we use this and when do we use this?
Is like an open one used more for joining while the closed one's used for more positioning?
Perfect, yep, absolutely. So like, this one's closed, so do you think this is more for security?
Yeah.
Right, absolutely, yeah. So security, and then this one's open. So sometimes when we use these, when they're walking to the front, you can hear them like dropping out, like ping, 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 right? So this one is more for security, and then this one is more for like you said, like joining things together. So when you want it to stay in place, here's the trick. I'm gonna go with the grain of the hair. And then now I want it to stay in place, I'm gonna literally turn it back and in on itself, and then push it in. Okay? So now it's gonna stay. Cool? Cool. And now you can't see it either. All right, so that's what we just did. So vertical, great. Long day. Horizontal section, straight across. We're gonna twist it around, and then I'm pinning it in, turning the pins in on itself, and then securing it. And then if you need to marry it together on the side, you do that with an open pin. Good? Perfect. So here's the third section. I'm super excited about this one because this is when we're taking it home, bringing it on home. All right. So now on the side that has the twist, has the larger twist, is the side that we're gonna begin the chignon or the twist. Okay. So I'm gonna stand on that side. Okay. And I'm gonna start twisting the hair. It's always like, I'm gonna start twisting the hair up and in. Just like this. Okay. And the hair nice and tight. Okay. Just like this. And here's the thing with this one, like, every chignon looks different each time. Would you agree? Right? So what's cool about this too is, like, if it doesn't look good the first time, you can redo it. Okay. We just step back here just a second, and then I can grab them this way. Okay, so now I'm gonna anchor with my fingers. Okay, so I'm gonna anchor with my fingers, and then I'm gonna anchor this side with my thumb. So you see how I'm standing on the side of her? It really helps standing on the side so that you can use all 5 of your fingers to anchor the chignon. Okay, so now as I bring it in, I'm anchoring it, and there's my thumb, and now I'm bringing the tail in, and then there I anchored just like that. Okay, so anchored with my thumb, I wrapped it around my thumb, and I anchored all 4 of the chignon around, like basically I twisted the entire section around all 4 of my, or 5 of my fingers. And now I'm gonna do the same exact thing by placing the end of the pin, and I'm gonna take it and turn it in and on its side where my fingers are. The best thing, I have a hair wife, her name is Emily Alders. I travel with her quite often, and she taught me this trick, and that's where your fingers are is where you should place the pin. So I'm going to use all bobby pins right now because I need to secure the chignon. So pinning everything where my fingers are is where I'm placing the pins. All right. So then I'm going to step back. This is when I actually have to look at it. And then I'm gonna start pinning on the outsides as well. All right. And then I'm gonna bring it up eye level. All right, so now once it's in and it's secure, that's when I can start rouging it out. Grab the hairspray. And then connecting. So do you guys see how the topsy-turvy and then this shape starts, like it twists around a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
What do you mean?
All right.
Chris.
What do you mean? All right. And then it's all in the details. So now, this is my favorite part. I love using a metal tail comb and then a hairspray. So, metal tail comb and then my hairspray. So, you know how we get like those little flyaways, stuff like that? So my hairspray, my tail comb, and then just cinching in everything, just like that. So that's the chignon part, and then detailing. And again, if you feel like you need to twist it and then repin it, you absolutely can. So twisting up and in, and then placing your fingers and then wrapping it around your fingers and then pinning where your fingers are. What questions do you have? Good with that? My only thing, some of you have shorter length, so just be cautious with that. My team will be around. Yes, Chris.
Well, that's sort of a question for the benefit of the group. When you're doing that twist,
Yep.
you're not like, it's really soft hands.
It's
you're
very
kind of twisting and almost
great.
letting it unspin on
Yep.
itself.
Yep. Can I demo on a shorter one? I want to show you another trick. Is that cool? Is elasticing it, okay? And like you said, Chris, it has softer hands. Like upstyling it's all about the feel of the hair and the motion and emotion of the hair. So twisting it and then wrapping it is one way. There's many ways to upstyle hair, right? But here's another trick too, if you want to just do a really classic chignon, is to put an elastic in the bottom and then just wrapping it up this way. It's a little tight. Right? So wrapping it this way and then pinning it. And then I can just, I'll use a long. And then using our long pins, opening them up and coming in that way. And do you see how I'm like Chris said, like my hands are really soft. I'm holding the shape in, opening up the long pins and coming in that way. And then I can expand. And then I can expand from there. So that's like another option as well. just want to say two things. First and foremost, thank you for having me. I really, really appreciate it. And the other thing is for the next, here's your call to action. You have homework, okay? For the next 2 weeks, I want you to practice. Because guess what? If you don't practice, you lose it. And you just invested this day and this morning to your education and yourself, okay? So for the next 2 weeks, I want you to practice what you just did, and what you just learned, okay? And also, guess what you just got? Product, right? Woo woo! Yeah, so I want you to try it. Try all of the product. Use it on yourself, your family, your dog. Okay, maybe not your dog, but use it, okay? Use your products. Try them out. Love them, smell them, all of it, okay? Those are for you. We thank you on behalf of Pureology and my team for having us today. Thank you.